vulnerable. And I also know that on that line is where love is, that is where grace is, that is where hope is, that is where I am. But sometimes I think it's just kind of hard to find me, you know? I feel like I'm lying. When people ask,
how are you? And you make sure that you're telling me the truth, because honestly, of all the times that you have asked, you should know that I've kept my words for you for fear of bothering you, but in lieu of my silence, my face should have screamed volumes, it should have risen from my eyes, my body language louder than the cries that refused to rise to these lips. The last time you asked me, how am I? Look, since we're being honest, I can tell you that it felt like I was dying. Like there was something inside of my soul that was just trying and prying to shake loose. You should know that I lied with my teeth into your face when you asked me if I was alright, but what would it be like? What would it be like if it seemed like that question could accept any answer like it should? What if we could talk about what was wrong today? Maybe a way a pint-sized poet from Cleveland could make it better, but you're right. You're right. I don't know what you're going through. What I do know is that you are just like me. Now I am just like you, the we, a human in creation, purposeful in ordination, still intent on seeing our salvation from these chains. I'm still trying to tell you that things change. It does get better, and we might get wetter waiting for that rain to pass. But in the meantime, Father, I still have these questions. And I feel like I've asked, but Google those answers anyway, Lord. I want to know why there was a tree in the first place. What was the point of Adam and of his Eve, if only to teach me that no one ever reads apples, terms, and conditions? I want to know if you have a plan for me. What's the point in calling me enlightened? If I know that there is a burden to bear with the answers that I'm seeking, that I know you have, and we are so close, Father, but since we're being vulnerable and being truthful, Lord, there is just one more thing I'd love an answer to. It's very simple. God, I need to know, man, how much does light weigh? And how much of a burden would I be putting myself under when I reach my hands towards the heavens for things that I was never meant to carry on my own? All I know is that you look at this doubter and call her your daughter, so here I come. Here I come with my palms outstretched, with my hands open wide, reaching for my Father. And even though I could not be farther from you, Lord, I still have these confessions that I gotta make. I really thought of this best of confessions would be made public, that you would see that the best of me, or honestly whatever is left of me, is fully devoted to dotting those I's and crossing those T's. And would you believe me if I promised I could be something good, something new if I could? So if we would, I'm going to start this manifesto as though I could remember everything from the start. My mom, remember this work of art she found on the wall, right? It was 3 feet tall. And of all the mediums little Picasso could have picked, Rembrandt chose the only paint that would stick with our markers for years to come. Mom, you should know I am the artist by whose hands this was done, but when you asked me about it, my first instinct was to turn and to hide, only to be chided under the notion the commotion I had caused would be overlooked. But honestly, until that could be guaranteed, I'm ashamed to say that I hid. I started fusing my facts with my fictions in a way that became a whole lot less amusing. The second I started deeming all of my gumballs worthy of the quarters I've stolen from your purse in recent memory. Mom, I'm sorry. But just don't remind me that time that I hit her. For testing my 7-year-old temper when I let this flare across your shoulder with full intent to hurt. Malia, I'm sorry. God, I'm sorry for looking at those images that no teenager should ever be allowed to see, or that those things became what it meant to me to feel human. I completely understand. If after this confession session you decided there was nothing more you could do, just know that I am so sorry that I disappointed you. I don't think you understand what you did when you bought me with your sacrifice, but you did. You said one word, my child. To the pride of my eyes, when at last we realize this life that I have given you is my gift, is so readily you wish it to be over. When will you understand I will never summarize you by your mistakes, but just by steps that you take to reconcile them with me? Kid, thank you for your confessions. You should know that I am God in the business of making broken things whole again. I'll take your mess and your wreckage and turn turn it into my message, so kid, you will always have my favorite. And this note was signed lovingly for my creator, but I still feel like my heart has been wandering. Like somehow I got lost between each and every single one of my hopes